we're going to switch it up a little bit today. We know we shared a little bit with you guys about who we are. We really haven't done this.
Today it is time to put Jay on the spot.
I don't know why I offered to go first with this.
So I'm going to ask him some questions that I don't know the answers to. Kind of a Q&A, but I'm coming up with the questions. But if you guys have questions, drop them in the comments. And at some point, we will do a Q&A for you guys that, is based on you guys' questions.
All right, by the way, this is one addition to the family you guys haven't met yet. This is Cooper. He's a 4-year-old miniature pinscher, and he's a big baby. But he's a really good dog. Right, Cooper? Hey, go on, get down. All right. Hey, before we get going, if you guys would do us a huge...
You just stole my line.
You guys would do us a huge favor and hit the like button. That helps us out a ton. All right, can we kick this off?
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah, let me have it. What do you got?
What's your favorite thing about me? And it's a two-parter. What's your least favorite thing about me?
My favorite thing about you is that you're my best friend, so I could be married to my best friend.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That quick.
Well, yeah, that's like a given. I know that automatically.
I'm glad that's the one you know automatically.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I like about you, but that's like my...
No, I'm saying like I'm glad you know that one quick and not the what you least like about me quick.
That might be quick, too.
And what do you least like about me?
I least like how you toy with my food emotions. Like when you tell me that we could go anywhere to eat, and then like the first 7 places that I pick, you're like, oh no, but I don't want to go there.
He does it on purpose, though.
This is my question. All right? You can have your own video on when I ask you questions.
When we were divorced, can you think of a specific time that you wish I was still your wife?
I could think of like multiple instances where I felt like I kind of needed you there. Like when I lost certain people, friends or family and stuff, and I feel like I didn't have anybody that really understood. What I was missing or who I was losing or how close I was to them. You knew how close I was to everybody in my life.
Yeah.
So you knew if I lost somebody, you knew how much it meant to me. And I think when we got divorced, I didn't have that. So I think there was a couple instances where I needed that support,
Yeah.
that only you would understand.
Another divorce question.
Oh my gosh.
When we were divorced,
did
you ever think we would get back together?
No way. No way. No
Really?
way. No. No, we got divorced. And when people get divorced, they're like, all right, thanks, Judge, for signing that. Maybe we'll get back together, though. No, when you get divorced, you're like, boom, we're done. We're finished. If you get to that point. So, I don't know.
I mean, I kind of thought that, I thought that we would.
Oh, well, thanks for dragging us through that whole process then.
Maybe not necessarily that I thought that we would. I just think that I always saw my future with you still.
Well, I hope you enjoyed your marriage vacation.
Now, this has nothing to do with me or divorce.
All right.
What is the most memorable day of your whole life?
I feel like I have a lot of good memories. I feel like as life goes on, my memories get even better and better and better. Like the things, like I'm at a really happy point in my life, so everything that I do and I go through is like just better and better, Like I feel like I'm happy with every memory. I think going back to Mexico just a few weeks ago, being with our entire family and all of our kids, and you guys are all my best friends. So being in one place with everybody at once was like really good memory.
So out of all the times of your whole entire life, you'd pick a time that you were with me?
Well, I've been with you over half my life.
But I'm saying you wouldn't choose a time in high school.
Well, this time when I was divorced from you, I had a really good day.
But I'm saying, but even as a kid or anything, know that you'd go back to Mexico. Or not go back, but
I'd go back to that time where I got to spend an entire week with my family.
Would you keep the kids fighting in or take that out?
No, that was like the whole entertainment of the week was the kids fighting still. And me just sitting back like,
Oh.
oh man.
How would you describe me to someone else in 3 words?
3 words?
If you were to try to tell somebody else about your wife.
Alright, so I'm like, so my wife, if you met her, she's really attractive. She's a great mom and wife. She takes care of our whole entire family, household. And then, can I say best friend again? I know I used it before. That's what I would say.
Is there one thing that you could think of that you've never told me?
Yeah.
That's your chance.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say it?
yeah.
Is there anything that we can sign that says that you're not going to retaliate or get mad?
I won't get mad. It's like that when you're sitting at the table with your kids and you tell them, like, this is like the time that you can, like, just tell us if you did something wrong.
That's always a trick, though, dude, to get them to say it. And then you're like, you're grounded. You're done. I only got to say one thing.
One thing.
All right.
One thing you've never told me.
Sometimes... Oh, man, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah, you have to.
All right, sometimes, not all the time, but the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you make me for lunch, sometimes I throw them out the window.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because
You throw them out the window?
yeah,
You throw away. I ask you if
I know,
you want it.
but then someone asks me, they're like, "Oh, you want to go out to eat for lunch?" And
For tacos?
I feel peer pressured, so I say yes, and then I go, and then
Well, then why don't you just bring it home and save it?
because I don't want to hurt your feelings, which
Sometimes it's like I'm laying in bed at midnight and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to make a sandwich, and I like, get up, and then you just toss it out the window.
I don't do it every day, just sometimes.
All right, so I got another question.
Okay.
This is from one of your children.
All right.
They would like to know, who's your favorite child?
Who wants to know that?
I'm not supposed to tell, but one
All
of
right.
them.
What
Really?
you guys think about that?
All right, so this question kind of comes from, I don't know, a viewer. Is that what we call it? Kind of comes from a viewer.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite tattoo of yours?
I have my one favorite tattoo is this one. You guys probably see it a lot, but these are all animals, and each animal represents one of our kids to their personality, kind of. If you could put a personality with an animal. There's the fox, which is Samantha. Nicole's the cat. Lucas is the elephant with his trunk wrapped around the girls, and then Eva is the otter. And then a while back, Summer and I had a miscarriage, which is a really big deal. You know, if you've never gone through a miscarriage, it might not mean the same, but when you're pregnant and you lose a child, it's still the same as losing a child. You might not know that child, you know, physically yet, but it's still something that you knew you were going to have. So that's what the fish is for, because I never really got to see the personality of it, but it still mattered, so it still had to go up here. And it's all wrapped around to these fish, which are viscous fish, and they're fish that actually, once they lay their eggs and have their babies, they still stay together, which was us, which it kind of like, yeah, I couldn't show my bicep for like 4 years and have to explain to people that that's what it was, and they'd be like, no, yeah, I got divorced. But now I'm like, oh, you guys, what viscous fish? And then I got a compass on the back of that to tie it all in so that everybody here can always find their way home. That's my favorite. All right, is that it?
One more.
One more. Last question.
Last
question.
Yeah. What is one thing or one way that you've changed from when we were married the first time to married now?
That's a big question. I could almost probably do a whole nother video on how I've changed.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm a totally different person. I'm still the same character, same, you know, same heart, same emotions and stuff like that. I think that I look at every situation a little bit differently than how I did, and I don't react quickly. I feel like I think about my current situation. You know, if somebody upsets me, somebody makes me sad, mad, angry, whatever, I feel like I stop, I analyze that, and then I react. I don't let a situation dictate the rest of my day or So
how did you do that?
I don't know. I think once I went through divorce, so many more emotions that overtake your life. You know, with the divorce, from anger to depression to anxiety to sad, mad, happy. You're like a roller coaster, and I had no control over any of my emotions.
Yeah.
And I think from talking to people that helped me over the years, reading, just trying different things, I finally gradually hit a point where I'm like, you know what? I can't let everybody else and their choices control how I'm going to feel. So yeah, of course I still get angry or anxiety or whatever, depressed or something, whatever. Sometimes emotions are emotions. You're going to get them no matter what.
Yeah.
But now I know how to control them and deal with them. And I guess to sum it up, I'm in charge of my life and how it goes. You know.
You have to teach me that trick.
You gotta want it, you know. You gotta want it. You gotta say, and this is my life. I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm gonna decide how it goes.
I like it.
I would do a whole video on that sometime, maybe. You know, a little more in depth. There's a lot more to changing, you know, the way you think and your thought process. It's not just an overnight thing.
Yeah.
But once you get there, it's totally life changing, you know.
I definitely see a different side of you in that way.
Mentally, I feel so much more mentally healthy.
Yeah.
And I don't get as angry, or not that I was an angry person. I don't get that anxiety as much as I did.
You had anxiety for sure.
Yeah. I don't let a lot of stuff really get to me like it used to.
Good.
But is that a wrap?
Yeah, see, that was painless.
All right. Yep. Wait till your questions come.
We'll hold off a couple weeks maybe.
All right. Well, we really hope that you guys liked something a little bit different. I know we weren't eating like mass amounts of food or going anywhere on vacation or tacos and stuff, but there's a little taste, a little look into something a little more personal side of us, or me.
The personal side of Jay.
Till our next video, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.